Hello, YouTube fan. Get ready for an amazing video experience. Hello, fellow enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Crehan. Crehan or O'Creaghan is a surname with origins in the west of Ireland. Historically, it was rendered as Crean, O'Creaghan, Cregan or O'Creaghan. Crean and O'Creaghan are a mix of the English language and the Irish language. Cryan is another variant of the name. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of 13th century and their profound significance. An early reference to the name is in the Annals of the Four Masters, which was written between 1632 and 1636, and which says that Moro Crean, Lord of High Fycrich, was killed for a violation of the Shrine of Coamkill in 1200. The Book of Ballymote, which according to its 1887 publication, was compiled in the 15th century and has a genealogy of the High Fycra race. The Annals of the Four Masters also state that in 1243, Malone Cregan, who was the Archdeacon of Tuam, died in Dublin, having returned across the sea as a professor. Although most early references to the surname place it in the west of Ireland, historian and genealogist John O'Hart stated that O'Creaghan, who were descended from Coedor Craic, and anglicized as Cryan, Osryan, Cregan, Crehan, Creighton, Crehan, Crehan, and Graham, were a numerous clan in Fermanagh. According to the genealogist Edward Maclesset, the Creans, O'Creans, Creagans, O'Creaghans, and Creagans together were a minor sept of the Sonal-na-Gain in Donegal, which had a branch in the neighbouring county Sligo. Historian Celsius Thomas Caney also stated that the O'Creans, Creans, and Creagans were a sept of the Sonal-na-Gain from Donegal and who later moved to Sligo. The Crees were a separate family who were originally from the clan called the Dalcassians of the 10th century in County Clare and who later became merchants in Limerick and Cork, as well as producing several churchmen in the 15th century. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of 15th to 16th centuries as we examine its impact and relevance. The O'Creaghan family were important and wealthy merchants who were originally from Donegal but who came to Sligo in the late 15th century. In Sligo, there is a Crean or Crean tomb that dates to 1506 and includes a crest of the O'Creans. The Annals of the Four Masters also describe a Donald O'Creaghan who was a merchant who died while hearing mass in Donegal in 1506 and a Henry O'Creaghan who was a rich and affluent merchant who died in 1572 in Lower Connaught. A 16th century manuscript, a description of Ireland as it is in Hoc anno 1598, describes the John O'Creaghan who was head of his house or town of Bellinagar, which was then within the boundaries of County Sligo. According to the same manuscript, the head of the family in the 16th century was a Crean of Anna. James Crean was High Sheriff of Sligo in 1590. Now, we shift our focus to early 17th century, a topic that deserves our attention. In 1608, Daniel O'Creaghan returned from Spain and established a Dominican order in Sligo. Andrew Crean was High Sheriff of Sligo in 1629, 1630, 1641, and 1642. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting Crean's castle and exploring its implications in greater detail. Crean's castle was in Sligo and it was a fortified tower house. It was besieged for 8 to 10 days during the Irish Rebellion of 1641 when a number of English residents had taken refuge there and Andrew O'Creaghan negotiated the terms of surrender of his castle. Among the Irish besiegers were Captains Richard O'Creaghan and John O'Creaghan. During the siege, Andrew O'Creaghan sent Anne Gashain and her husband John Stanaway, who were English, to what he thought was the relative safety of Owen MacDermot's house. However, when they arrived, MacDermot was away and they were met by his wife who had them removed. When MacDermot returned, he sent Stanaway with his wife and children with an armed guard of 4 men to go to the garrison at Boyle. However, whilst on their journey, one of the armed guards broke away and went to the Irish camp at Ballinaford. He returned and when they were approaching Boyle, he whistled and Stanaway and his family were attacked by 7 armed men. Stanaway was stabbed to death and his wife Angarshine was stripped, but she survived to give a disposition of these events in 1653. After the rising of 1641, the O'Creaghans seemed to have dropped the O in their surname and it became simply Crean. After the rising had been suppressed, Andrew Crean and his wife, Agnes French, were transplanted from Anna in County Sligo and were compensated with 600 acres in Anna in County Mayo. A Julian Crean is recorded with them who jointly received 634 acres. During the Irish Confederate Wars in 1645, parliamentary forces under Charles Coote from Ulster attacked Sligo, which was the northern gateway to Connacht. An Irish officer described how the garrison of Crean's castle behaved themselves so gallant as they beat them from it, upon which the enemy sounded a parley, and promised a fair and honourable quarter, whereupon our men came away, and after coming into the street were disarmed, stripped and fully murdered, together with all the boys and women. Nicholas Toff, 6th Viscount Toff, was born circa 1685 at Crean's Castle, the son of Francis Toff and Anne Crean, daughter of John Crean of Crean's Castle. John Crean was the son of Andrew Crean of Anna. Now, we shift our focus to 19th to 20th centuries, a topic that deserves our attention. According to the appendix of the above-mentioned manuscript of 1598, as found in its 1878 publication, the representative of the Crean of Anna family in the 19th century was Crean Lynch of Clogher House in County Mayo. This was through maternal descent from the Creans of Anna. In the 20th century, the Crehan spelling variant is found most usually in County Galway, and in County Mayo it is most often found as Crean, Grenan, and sometimes as Gran. The Cregan variant is most likely to belong to County Sligo. The Crean variant is often found in Munster. A Corain, which is Curran in English, has become Crean in some places. The Creans of Dongle and Sligo have their own coat of arms. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of Crean and exploring its real-world applications. Anthony Crean, English priest Arthur Crean, American soldier David Crean born 1950, Australian politician Edward Crean, English rugby union player Eugene Crean, Irish nationalist politician Fiona Crean, Canadian ombudsman Frank Crean, Australian politician Frank Crean 1875-1932, Canadian civil engineer Gordon Gale Crean, Canadian diplomat Kelly Crean born 1974, American actress Paddy Crean, British actor Simon Crean, Australian politician Stephen Crean, Australian public servant Thomas Crean, Irish rugby union player and soldier Tom Crean, Irish explorer of the Antarctic Tom Crean, basketball coach born 1966, American college basketball coach. Let's transition to Cregan and uncover its significance. Curtis Cregan born 1977, American singer and actor Dale Cregan born 1983, convicted British drug dealer and murderer Dennis Cregan born 1940, Irish publican and former Fine Gael party politician Eamon Cregan born 1945, Irish former Gaelic footballer, hurler and manager George Cregan, Commander in the United States Navy Jim Cregan born 1946, English rock guitarist and bassist John Cregan athlete, American athlete who specialist in the 800 meters John Cregan politician born 1961, former Irish Fianna Fáil politician Martin Cregan, portrait painter who practiced both in Dublin and London Mian Cregan, nationalist and writer in Ireland Ned Cregan, Irish retired hurler who played as a left-wing forward Pete Cregan, outfielder in Major League Baseball Peter Cregan, Irish hurler who played as a goalkeeper Robert Cregan born 1988, Irish racing driver. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of Crehan and unravel its multifaceted nature. Bernard J. Crehan, Irish priest and writer, was born on 2 July 1874. Joseph Crehan, July 15, 1883, April 15, 1966, an American film actor. Junior Crehan, born Martin Crehan, 17 January 1908, 3 August 1998, was an Irish fiddle player. Paddy Crehan, 18 February 1920, 11 February 1992 was an Irish basketball player. Susan Crehan, born 12 September 1956, was a British long-distance runner. Turning our focus to Cregan, let's explore its key elements. James Cregan, born 1940, United States diplomat. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of Crean. Paul Crean, born 1937, Canadian politician in the Legislative Assembly of New Brunswick. Spencer Crean, soundtrack producer for the album The Great and Secret Show. William Crean, Progressive Conservative Party member of the House of Commons of Canada. Let's now turn our attention to Cryan and examine its role within a larger context. Carmel Cryan, born 1949, British actress Colin Cryan. As Irish footballer John Cryan, born 1960, British banker John Fahrenheit. Cryan, American politician Joseph Cryan, born 1961, American politician Robert Cryan. Irish physician and educator Walter Cryan, born 1932, radio personality from Rhode Island. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into Crean and understand its role in the broader context. Frank Crean was an American baseball player and coach at Boston College. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting as a given name and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. Crean Brush C, Irish-born loyalist. Remember, knowledge is power. Keep learning, growing, and exploring.